Yes, sir. Tuesday morning, totally unclear.
What's up? What's up?
Marques Gervase
We
getting some
here.
weird,
We
get some
here.
things on my headphones that shouldn't be there. So 2020 is officially a Will Smith movie. Officially as of yesterday, it's become a Will Smith movie from 1999.
Wow.
So COVID-19 is now apparently mutating. Mutating.
That don't sound good.
Super Shredder style from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Mutations have become. There was a new strand found, I believe, in New Zealand. And now, while they don't know if this is as fatal as this strand has been, they say it's way more contagious.
Mm.
What is happening? What is happening?
It's the end of the world as we know it, man.
I don't feel fine. Yo, I read that and like, I kind of just like, it's crazy with everything that's taking place this year and all the headlines you read now. Like, you read a headline that just like, all right.
Don't phase you. It doesn't phase you anymore. You're like,
all right.
You know, I expected something like that. Okay, cool. You know, we survived this long. I mean, we're 8 months into the year.
Yeah.
You know,
8 months. Wow.
Yeah. I mean, we got 4 months left in this year. We got Thanksgiving and Christmas rolling around the corner. Winter's coming.
I saw a meme the other day and said, you know what? I'm just gonna put up a tree right now and be done with this year. So I said, bro, I'm with you. I hear you.
Yeah, but look, I mean,
what's the but like, let's just sport. What's the holidays gonna look like this year? Like, what does Thanksgiving look like? Are we still social distance at that point? Well, Thanksgiving Eve. What's that gonna be? What's Good Friday? I'm sorry, not Good Friday. What's Black Friday gonna be?
Online. It's gonna be Black Line on Friday.
Cyber Friday.
Yeah, Cyber Friday. Yeah,
that's not Monday. Fun. You can't knock down somebody's grandma.
Listen, it's fun if I get that deal. It's fun if I get that cheap deal. It is. And Thanksgiving is going to be, listen, people are slowly getting back together in their little small groups now and everything. They've probably been doing it the whole time anyway, but it won't be any big blowouts, I don't think. You won't see a lot of people traveling all across the country to be with the loved ones and grandma and all that kind of stuff, because grandma is still very susceptible to dying from this.
Yeah. So we have two. I have two Thanksgivings. I have one my dad's side of the family, my mom's side of the family. Dad's side of the family, we rent a hall. Mm-hmm. It's this big production. Like, we got like, oh man, I'm gonna say 67 people in there, 70 people. And we all got the plates out. We all sharing the trays.
Right.
That might be a dub.
It's done.
That's a dub.
It's done this year.
Yeah, and then we got on my mom's side of the family. We usually do it's a little bit smaller, maybe 15, 20 people, but it's kind of the same concepts. I don't even know about that. And then listen, I hear you on your Cyber Friday, but people look forward to pounding pavements. Like, auntie ain't gonna be on her laptop like, I don't know, baby. Let me see if I can get over to Targets.
I'm sure Walmart will be open early that day.
Yeah.
Just bring your mask. You know what I mean? As long as you got your mask on, you're good.
Yeah, maybe people
love a shop.
They do. They love a good deal, a good bargain. I love the people that bargain shop but spend so much money, they escape the bargain. Like, I never understood that. Like, my mom would have like 47,000 coupons for everything. But if you spending all that money, you're not really getting a deal. You're still spending way more money than you should be.
Yeah, but she spent $1,000. But if she didn't use the coupons, it would have been $1,500. You know what I mean? It's a big difference.
I mean, I brought this point to her one day when I was like 13, 14 years old, and I just got smacked in the back of the head, took mind my business. So I was trying to save you money, Mom.
I took care of that.
Yeah, but I just can't believe that we could be dealing with this again into like not next year, but the year after that. Like, this is going to be a trilogy. COVID-19, the trilogy continues.
Man, I mean, hopefully
like
this is one and done. It's a one.
This is a sci-fi movie.
Let's make it one and done. We don't need a sequel to this.
We don't. But
yeah.
Speaking of movies and television shows, I gotta ask you a question because something happened to me that I want to get your opinion on. So you're in your friend groups, wherever you're hanging out. You know, we went over a couple's house. I'm gonna say a couple weeks ago, busting up, whatever like that. And inevitably, TV and movies come up. It's gonna happen. Usually, talking to your friends because everyone wants to share kind of what they're watching and what they're doing. Maybe pass them on to you. You pass them back, whatever like that. So we had a friend recommend this show to us on Netflix. Mm-hmm. It's called 7 Seconds.
Okay.
And when I finished the season, it was only one season. Maybe the worst show I've ever seen in my life. It was absolutely horrendous. The character development was a F. The acting was cheesy. Like, it was really, really bad television. And like, Amber was out at like episode 2. I was like, because I respect my friends so much, I respect these people. So I'm like, let's just keep watching and see. Maybe we're gonna give it up too early. Let's just fight through this. Because that's the thing, and here's the deal. In society today, we're microwave consumption. Everything has to happen quick. We don't do conventional oven anymore. It's microwave. Everything the way we think, we're on to the next one. Like with books, if it doesn't entertain you by the first page and a half, you're out. Right. A TV show, first 5 minutes, you're out. Because there's so much things we could be watching and doing. We have so much entertainment. We can be snobby about what we watch and what we consume.
Yeah, so we become
right. We become microwave consumers. So I was trying to fight through this. I was trying to do the conventional oven. I was like, listen, let's just give it a shot. It was consistently bad. It had one bright spot for about 20 minutes, but after that, it was consistently bad. My question to you is this. This show is represented by good friends of ours who respect and we love. But I look at them a little differently now, recommending the show. Like, number one, why do you think we would like this? And number two, what are you doing watching this?
Well,
so, like, do you look at? Let me ask you this: do you look at your friends differently when they recommend trash shows to you, or trash? Because it happens. But do you look at them a little differently? Like, what happened here?
Nah, not at all. You know why? Because everybody has such a different taste, and what I've come to find out is people don't have my taste. At the end of the day, we have a different taste. It's me and you. We were talking earlier. We are so similar, yet we are so polar opposite. It's amazing.
Yeah.
You know, but it's just what I think is funny. You may not look if you like look. I'm big into all the superhero stuff, so I may recommend a movie that's a great, comic book style superhero movie. You might just hate it because that's just not your thing. You think it's too kiddie because it reminds you of cartoons or whatever like that. So, like, man, that's going to be trash. Like, I'm not going to like it because just that's not my lane. It's just that simple. But your friends always give you a gem every now and then. You're like,
not these friends.
Like, this wasn't the gem.
They're canceled. I'm not listening to them at all ever again.
This wasn't the gem.
This was not it at all. Comedies are selective. I don't really do a lot of unless it's something like world renowned funny. Because like I have more of a dark sense of humor, and I'm more into darker, like sarcastic type comedies.
Right.
I'm not into more. I'm not really a slapstick person. Like I'm not into meathead humor. Like I like the more, like it's like Seinfeld. Seinfeld is something that like I'm really into. Like Curb Your Enthusiasm. Like they're more of a darker sense of humor. Like I love the movie Rushmore. Remember that movie with Bill Murray? Yeah, I love that movie. But a lot of people didn't because they were like, I don't get it. I got it. I'm a dark humor person. So like I don't do a lot of comedy record, but like I think this was a drama, by the way. I think drama is something where like if you recommend a drama to me, I really get to see the type of person you are and what you're doing with your life. The drama I think is more universally across the board, like, yo, come check this out. You know what I mean? Like, and this was it wasn't good at all.
And look, it's like the Netflix recommendations. How many friends are like, yo, you got to see this show on Netflix? Did you see this one? It was so good. And you watch and you're like, nah, that was trash, man. I ain't like that. It was all right. But, you know, I didn't have to watch that. I could have skipped that one. Right. I could say that 2 hours or something else. Or binge the show. You love the show, binge the show. You binge, you're like, man, I could have saved those hours binging something else. Right. So it becomes, like I said, we all have our different tastes. We all know what we like. But then again, like I said, every now and then something will hit you. Like one of my friends suggested to watch, I think it's called 365. Did you see it on Netflix?
365.
Yeah.
Not familiar.
It's basically Pornhub on Netflix.
What?
Yo, and that's I was like, that's like watching their porno watching on the show. Like, for real?
Was that what it was, or like it just felt that way?
It felt that way.
No.
But it's like freaks. It's like, and that's what you think, like, wait a minute. You want me to watch it because you're a freak? Or did you want me to watch it because you actually thought this was
what are you trying to tell me?
Yeah. Like something's going on here.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's odd. I wouldn't recommend. But you know, people do that though. There are people that like talk porn with their friends. Like, yo, bro, check out this video. I think that's weird. Like, I'm not recommending a porn to you. Like, that's across the line. I don't want to think of anything that makes you angry or remotely excited about anything. I don't want to do that. But people do. People like comfortable. Like, I've heard conversations where dudes are like recommending porn to like their other friends. Like, I think that's big time weirdo stuff.
It's like talking about a girl. Like, yo, she bad, yo. You see, Beyonce.
That's not like talking like a girl.
You see Cardi B, blah blah blah. Yeah,
no.
Man. You think she hot? You think she hot?
That's not the same thing at all. No, it's totally different. We can talk about a girl being attractive, but me recommending something that got me into glory is not at all the same thing of talking about a girl that I think is attractive.
See, that Shakira video.
Separate conversations.
Yeah, that Shakira video got you almost to glory. Aren't you like, yo, you need to check this video out?
No, I'm not doing that.
You're not gonna watch it?
I'm keeping that to myself. Things that make me happy stay in that bubble, not in that regard. We don't need to talk about that. You go find your own glory. Because here's the thing too. Well, you know, going on my lane, say like you're like into some weird stuff, like you're like pinky toes. And he said, "Yo, check out this video of this girl with her pinky toe." And your friend's like, "What is this? What are you doing? I don't do this." And then you're sad and embarrassed.
Or you might be like, yo, you got any more videos like that? Like, I got you, Marques. No. I got you. Go to this site.
Like, there are people, like, I know people, friends of mine, like, who have sent each other links to, like, porn. That's weird to me. That is not okay. That's the line. That is like the Mason-Dixon line crossing. We over in Washington, D.C. We've crossed the line. We've crossed the line. No one ever do that to me. Ever. Or I'm cutting you off. I'm blocking you from life. I don't look at you anymore. Weird.
Come on, man. Everybody send those pictures around or whoever. You just send pictures around. Like, yeah, your boy send you a picture, send you a video, you pass it on to the next person.
No. I don't want to be a part of that chain.
You don't do that?
That's absolutely 1,000% I'm out. That's not a text chain I want to be a part of. You send me a recipe to a proper meatloaf.
Your boy from the barbershop ain't send you none?
No. No, absolutely not. No. But speaking of television, I was thinking the other day, like how, you know, TV is so different today than it was like when we were growing up. And, you know, one of the biggest aspects is that, like, you know, television, I don't believe, is as big an event as it was when we were growing up because there's just so much of it now. So nothing's really special anymore. But there used to be this thing in every sitcom in like maybe late 70s, 80s, and 90s did this. And it was like this thing where it was an episode, but it was stuff they didn't really talk about. And it would be like on a very special episode of Full House. And like they did one, I remember one from Full House where Poppy came to visit. Remember Poppy in Full House? And Poppy passed away. Remember Poppy died? It was a huge deal.
Huge deal.
Poppy from Greece came. So that was a very special episode I remember. I remember tons. Now I want to get to your favorite very special episode. I'm going to do mine right now. My very special episode is from A Different Strokes. Do you remember when Kimberly was bulimic? Remember? And she ate the whole cake. And I was like, I remember I was like 7 when I watched that. I was just so confused. I was like, well, she ate a cake, but why is she in the bathroom? I told my mom about it. We had to have a whole conversation about bulimia and how serious it is. But like stuff like that, we don't get that anymore. Do you remember, now I'm thinking about it, do you remember the after school specials?
Oh, yeah.
They were so bad. Take a drag, Danny. Everybody's doing it. You're a loser if you don't take a drag and a cigarette, Danny. So bad. So bad, but so good.
Yes.
Like those type of things. So that was my favorite. That was my throwback, very special episode. Kimberly being bulimic. I will never forget her coming in the kitchen and eating that whole cake. And then you had the live studio audience. They were like, ooh. Ooh. Love it.
Yeah.
So what is your very special episode?
So, geez. There are a lot of them. And like you said, those episodes always dealt with touchy subjects.
Yeah.
It could be from doing drugs, abortions, rape, on down the line. Like certain shows covered those topics, and they try to deal with them in a very mature way and get that point across in the episode. So
like different shows, real quick, different shows did an episode on molestation.
Yeah.
Like the guy who owned the bicycle shop.
Yeah.
Think about how revolutionary that was at the time. Like that was something, and it was cool because it led to like a conversation. Like I remember, like my parents having a conversation with me about that type of stuff and strangers, and it was because you watched it because you looked at those characters, you looked up to those characters in a sense.
Yeah,
they
did one on adoption too, where this black kid was walking up to it like, "Hi, my name is Tyrone," and they were like, "No, they ain't gonna adopt you." Like it was like,
right, whoa, yeah,
like whoa, like you too old. You mean too old to get adopted? Like,
right,
deal with that stuff. But
I'm sorry, but go ahead.
A classic one, and a huge one I think that a lot of people remember, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air with his deadbeat dad.
Yo!
The episode with Uncle Phil.
Why am I to cry right now?
Yo,
why am I about to cry right now?
Why
you don't love me, man?
Why you don't love me?
Why you don't love me, man?
Like he was losing it, man. Like he was just like, I'm gonna be a nice honey. I'm gonna have a lot of kids. I don't need him to teach me how to be a man. And
when they panned in on a statue, not the statue.
Uncle Phil just standing in front of him.
Yeah.
Like just letting him vent and get that off his chest. Then he grabbed him at the end and gave him that big bear hug. Like, that you felt that, man. Like,
bro, I still to this day feel that.
Yeah, like I'm gonna be there. There's like, I got to get on his truck and I got to do some stuff, whatever. And he even say it to Will. He just bounced on him.
Yep. I didn't have a great relationship with my dad growing up, so that episode hit different for me.
Yeah.
Like that clip, that whenever I see that clip, I get emotional. Like that. Fun fact about that though. So Uncle Phil kept making Will redo that scene over and over again because he wanted to get more emotion out of him. So like part of that, Will Smith has said part of that was like the frustration because he said he looked at like Phil, like James Avery to him, late great James Avery to him was like such a role model acting wise. So he always wanted to impress him and make him proud. So like him doing that scene, he said was like a hybrid of him getting those emotions off he's supposed to, but trying to also please James Avery. And like, so you're looking at those eyes, like James Avery getting emotional as he's doing that was a twofold effect of being in the scene, but also being proud of Will Smith and how well he did the scene. Right. He made you believe that. And then in that same episode, oh my goodness, when they were in the kitchen and Uncle Phil's trying to warn him about his dad because he knows him. Right. And Will Smith screams, "You're not my father," and opens the door. Bro, you're not my father. And opens the door. And again, James Avery has that look on his face like so hurt. Like that was a powerful, bro. I forgot about that one. That could be the greatest, very special episode of all time.
Yeah. If it's not number one, it's definitely easily top 3.
Yeah, that was, and that too, I think was one of the first times I think for me of recognizing that, oh, you know what? Will Smith might be able to do some other things besides his Fresh Prince stuff.
No, that was his coming out party right there.
He might be okay.
Yeah.
This Will Smith, he might be all right.
Yeah.
In about 25 years, his wife's gonna announce that she's about the entanglement.
Stop
but he's gonna have a good ride up until that point.
Stop that, man. Stop that. But that's the good thing about, and the funny thing about those not after school, but the very special episodes.
Yeah.
A lot of them were there were comedies.
Yeah.
And they weren't funny episodes. You tuned in to laugh. You like,
right.
Oh, where the jokes at? Like,
right.
Oh, we ain't gonna laugh.
But they prepared you for it. You knew it was gonna happen because you saw the preview and it had the voice on a very special Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. And for some reason, everything's in slow motion.
But you still look at a laugh.
Yeah, you still want to get those jokes off.
Yeah,
nah, this ain't funny.
Yeah,
nothing funny about that. But I mean, I listen. Call me old, whatever. I miss those days of television when, that's kind of why I brought this up because, for a lot of people listening to us, you might not have been a part and seen that era where television was an event, where it was something where you look forward to it. Like, is the TV Guide still a thing? We look through the TV Guide, circling. Oh, yo, we got an hour-long episode this week. Cool, circling it, highlighting it. Yo, don't mess with your grandma's TV Guide.
Nah,
don't do that.
Those are collectibles for her.
Yeah, don't be circling on grandma's TV Guide. Marques, this TV Guide had Billy D. Williams on the cover. You out of your mind? That's Sidney Poitier.
Yeah,
put that on my TV Guide.
Yeah, don't mess with the TV Guide, man.
I remember
legendary.
I remember one time, like, I don't even know what I was doing with TV Guide. I have no idea what I was doing with it, but I did something stupid. And Hill Street Blues moved from like Tuesday to Wednesday night. And that was one of my grandma's favorite shows, and she didn't know about it. I got yelled at for continuing like 7 minutes straight. Just yelled at. What are you doing with TV Guide?
Yeah, you made her miss a show, man. That was the Bible. That was her Bible for TV.
Don't touch the TV Guide. Don't touch Jet Magazine. Don't touch any of those things. Leave that all alone. Speaking of the Jet Beauty of the Week.
Yeah.
I would not recommend it to anyone still. I'm not telling anybody about that. My Beauty of the Week.
and that same thing, you pass that along.
Yeah. No, you don't pass it along.
Pass that along to your boy. Yo, you see Jet? Yo, check it out. You bring the magazine in. Because Jet was a nice small magazine. You could fit that in your pocket. You know what I mean? You can take it anywhere. Like, yo, check it out. You pass the Marques. See, that same thing, bro.
No, we're not doing that. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, a man surprises his cheating wife in a very unique way.
Ooh.
This is, yeah, I've always got these stories. Totally Unclear is Marques and Gervase. We'll be right back.
I came out in the 11th grade. Nobody was embracing you. The kids were cruel. It was very difficult to be gay. Not completing high school is more of a social thing than it was an academic thing. And even though all these years have passed, I still had that longing to have my diploma. I have a mentor, Maria, and she convinced me to continue my education. Just never judges. She's a true role model.
From the depths of my heart, I thank you, Maria, for being a friend and a beautiful person. No one receives a diploma alone, and I'm honored to share this moment with you. Thank you.
If you're even considering getting your high school diploma, go get it. You can do it.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
We're good.
Ready.
Yeah, man. Welcome back. Totally Unclear. Marques and Gervase, Tuesday morning. Hope everyone is well. So, I'm going to read this story, and I want you to react to this.
Okay.
Again, I said before the break, this is about a man surprising his cheating wife. And it goes like this. A viral video started floating around on social media, which shows a woman getting frustrated while unwrapping a gift that is in layers of various packaging. The woman guesses whether the birthday present is a necklace or a trip to Dubai, only to be confused when she pulls out a stack of papers. Her expression grows even more confused when she realizes that her man handed her a DNA test and questioned again why he gave her the paperwork. The man then tells the woman that he knows that her daughter is not his, and he gave them until the end of the month to get out of his house. Now, here's my thing with this whole thing. I have a hard time believing this to be true. I just don't believe that, like, here's my thing. If I found out tomorrow that, I was being cheated on and my child is not mine, I would probably just curl up in a ball and never cry for 3 straight days. So I just find it hard to believe that there's this person, people are out here this strategic and this cunning to pull off a stunt like this. Like, this takes supreme planning. Like, when did he find out she was cheating? Maybe he found out, 6 months ago? So you sat on this for 6 months, sat across the table, eating dinner together, going on walks, watching the DVR, doing all these things together, and not once you didn't snap. Like, and two, like, in that 6 months, you didn't get into any kind of little arguments, and she didn't annoy you at all to the point where, like, you were like, I know you cheated on me, it's not mine. None of that happened?
No. He's a Scorpio.
What does that mean? What does that mean?
He's a Scorpio. He plotting and planning. He gonna get his payback. He's patient. He ain't gotta do it right now. He gonna do it. It's gonna be strategic. It's gonna be well planned out, and he's gonna pull it off perfectly, the way he wants to do it. And he's gonna pay her back the way he wants to pay her back. Yes, absolutely.
No one is that patient.
Yes.
There's no way in the world. Because here's the biggest problem is that she's gonna do something in this run to annoy you. She already did it.
She already did it. You found out.
No, that's not annoying. That's like life ruining. It's a difference.
Listen, and so there's nothing worse than that. There ain't nothing you can do to annoy me now. Because you know why? I'm on a focused mission of paying you back. This is how we gonna do it. I got it planned out.
No.
And my plan's gonna work. Because I'm not gonna get out of pocket. It's cool. All right, because I already know. I know you cheated on me. I know it ain't my kid. I'm good. We're just gonna ride this out. I'm gonna get mines. I'm gonna be on top in the end.
No. This is a storyline out of professional wrestling. This is a Vince McMahon like storyline. This is knowing, because again, it's all about the fact that I have to live with you now, knowing you've betrayed me in the ultimate way of betrayal. Not just the cheating. My child is not mine. I've been feeding this child, bonding with this child, clothing this child. You've been allowing me to believe this is my child, is not mine. I'm sitting on this for all this time till your birthday? No. Yeah. No way.
Yeah. Because if I say something now, what? So I curse you out, and what?
Yes.
It's going to be the same result, but this is even better. This is even better because you don't know that I know. You think you get away with it. It's all about the plan.
It's one or two
about the plan.
It's one or two things that is true here. This is not a true video, and these are two people. Is one to go viral, or he didn't really love her at all. Because if you're not devastated by this, devastated, like, then you can't tell me you really love this person. Like, this is devastating. I wouldn't know what I would do. It would take, like, I would just be in bed
See?
listening to sad songs on repeat. Covers up, not talking to anybody, devastated. I'm not gonna be like, you know what? I got it. I'm gonna get her back. Like this is a movie. This isn't real life. Yeah. People don't do things like this.
Yes, they
I don't
do.
believe it. I don't believe it.
They do it. They do it all the time. They do it all the time. Yeah. There's nothing better than paying somebody back tenfold.
I agree.
When they do you dirty. They do you dirty first. Oh, I'm not going to curse you out. That's too easy. That's too easy. No, I want you to suffer. And you're going to suffer the way I want you to suffer. So I'm going to come up with a plan to make you suffer.
The way I want you to suffer.
Yes, the way I want you to suffer. That's how you do it. It's all about the plan.
I wish I had a really good payback story, but I don't do stuff like that. I've never really had to pay anyone because no one's really wronged me to that level. That's a nuclear wrong.
Yeah, true. Nuclear. Nobody's wronged you in a small level and you didn't want to pay them back.
Well, it seems like you've been paying people back. So you have anything you want to confess about paying someone back?
Nothing I can talk about.
No, you're gonna talk about it. Who have you paid back? What have you done?
Nothing I can talk about on the air right now. But
is it criminal?
No, it's not criminal.
And you can talk about it. Nah, come on, bro. Come on. Listen,
but
some of the things that I've confessed to on this show, I'm gonna need you.
I've confessed to quite a few things on this show, but
I'm gonna need you to come to front of the congregation.
But no, look. I'll tell you, I'm a Scorpio, so my thing is this: I don't mess with you, so don't mess with me. But if you're gonna mess with me, it's that type of thing where somebody, wants to slash the tires, right? Me slashing your tires isn't payback. That's not even. No. I gotta slash your tires, break the windows on your car, put sugar in your tank, and put bologna on your hood. Now we're even.
Put bologna on my hood?
Yeah.
Not the bologna.
Yeah, eats the paint up. Yeah. So that's what we got to do. Like,
you're doing too much.
Out. No, I'm not doing too much. I'm paying you back. Now
I see bologna on my hood. I'm gonna know who did it.
Now we're
like Gervase!
That's even. That's how it is. Like, because I don't mess with anybody, so don't mess with me. But if you're going to mess with me, then I'm going to let you know.
Have you done these things to someone's car?
You messed with the wrong person, number one. And number two, don't mess with me.
So let me get this straight. You've blown someone's hood, sugar in their tank, all of those things, slash your tires. You've done these things?
I did not ever say I did any of those things.
You alluded.
But those are things that people.
Let me ask you. It was a very specific thing that you shared with us there.
Yeah, I know a lot of specific things.
Who did you do that to, Gervase?
I didn't say I did that.
Who's you blowing? Whose hood you blowing?
I didn't say I did that to anybody. But I'm just saying, if that was me, that's what I would do.
That's what you would do.
Yeah.
Not what you have done. That's what you would do.
That's what I would do.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you haven't done this before.
That's what I would do.
I would do that. That's what I would do. Was it a girl or a guy?
That's what I would do.
Was this after a relationship?
I don't do those things.
Was it after a relationship?
I don't do those things. No,
okay.
I don't do those things.
All right. Okay. All right.
But yes, people will go the full mile to pay somebody back. Revenge. Revenge is this best served cold. Nothing like a woman scorned. All these things these sayings are real.
They are. But it's not, the revenge thing is not, like, even the car thing you described, that I believe is still a knee-jerk reaction. That's not just strategic to me. Like, I feel like that's something that's like, I'm really pissed about this, so I'm going to go out here and do this to someone's car. Where what this guy did was, he put on a show. He filmed it. Like, this is, like, he made entertainment, which that's why I have a hard time believing it actually be true. Especially, listen, the world we live in today, everybody wants to be a celebrity. Everybody wants to be known for something.
Mm-hmm.
So I look at it cynically because that's a very serious situation. Like, you kind of turned it to other people's entertainment.
That's what hurt does. That's what hurt does. You don't
makes you want to entertain other people.
No, you're not thinking that. I just want to hurt you. Yes, it's not for entertainment. It's to show other people how much of a jerk you were.
Right.
Let the world see how much of a jerk you were. You know, that's all it is. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying people don't do those things for entertainment value. Of course, we know there are a lot of people who just film stuff just to get those views, likes, whatever like that. But there are people who are just, yeah, no, you hurt me, so I want to hurt you. That's what it's about.
There are people like that, but I'm not saying I'm not disputing. I'm not disputing the idea of revenge. I'm disputing the idea of doing revenge in that kind of nature. Like that's what I'm disputing.
It's cold and calculated.
The way, but I don't. But again, like, okay, if he had cut up all her clothes and like put it in Jello, or I don't know what the Jello came from.
What Jello?
I don't know. If he had did something to her car, if he had did something along those lines, I'd be more inclined to believe it. But like having the wherewithal to be like, oh, you know what? She got a birthday coming up in 8 months. I don't know what I'm gonna do. DNA test. I'm gonna put it in there. So she's getting a present. It's not like that's to me. I don't know.
Yeah, cold and calculated, man. Everybody I don't gotta get you now. Again, because I know what you've done. Yeah. And if I didn't know, this would continue to go on. You've been playing me for how long?
Right.
So, you know what? I'm gonna get you back. And you'll be like, wait a minute, you knew? How long have you known? Man, I know how long I've known. How many people like know somebody's been cheating on them? I've known forever. I just never said nothing because I'm gonna pay you back. That's what people do. I'm gonna pay you back. I'm not saying that now. I know what you're doing.
I guess that like I would be more inclined to believe this if it said first like he cried for 3 straight days. Didn't change, didn't shower. On the 3rd day, he decided it was time for revenge. If it started like that, I'd have been more into it.
That's the TV movie version.
No, he cried for 3 days.
That'll happen in the TV movie version. Listen, I'm not saying he didn't cry for 3 days, but
he definitely cried for 3 days.
There's nothing wrong with that. He cried for 3 days, and he said, you know what? I'm going to pay her back. She's ruined 3 days of my life crying. I'm going to wipe these tears and handle this business.
Yeah, so I'm going to move on because we need to talk about – I know we don't do a lot of sports in the show, but we need to talk about the NBA bubble.
Uh-oh.
Because the bubble is like legit one of the most fascinating things to happen. Like there will be books written just on the bubble. The bubble stories, the bubble is just a fascinating place to me. First of all, props to the NBA for pulling this off.
Yes.
Like the NBA has done an amazing job with this thing. And, they should be given a lot of props for being able to pull this off. Because listen, I was one of those people that said cancel sports for 2020, like cancel it. And honestly, basketball and hockey are the only 2 sports I believe will actually finish the season. I don't even know if football gets started. Baseball is a hot mess, but basketball has done it right. And like it's, as we're talking about this, it brings another point I want to bring up. It's like, why do followers get such a bad rap? People need to be more inclined to be a follower than leaders all the time. Not every time you do something, you don't need to be the first to do it. Like what basketball did, if I'm another person, I'm like, I'm going to try that. That's a good idea.
Yep.
For instance, if like we were in the same building and the building was on fire and you found an exit, I'm not going to then in turn be like, well, let me see if I can find another exit. No, I'm following you out the exit. I'm going out that exit with you because I want to live. That's okay. It's okay to be a follower sometimes. You don't always have to be first. And honestly, most people aren't first to do something. And usually what ends up happening is the first person to do something, the second person figures it out better. For instance, look at the Chinese. They had the chopsticks, right? The fork is better. We got the fork.
Oh my God.
It's better, right? Don't you think so?
Everybody doesn't need to be a leader. You are correct.
But is a fork a better utensil than the chopstick? The chopstick came first, right?
Not for everybody. Not for everybody. Some people like chopsticks better.
That's great. You can like it better, but which one would you rather use, a fork or a chopstick?
For certain people, chopsticks.
Okay, but that's the tradition.
No,
that's a traditional thing.
No, they like
but which
it better.
one is actually better?
Depends.
You have to listen to me. It is an incredible skill. It is a skill to use a chopstick, right?
Yes.
That's a skill.
If you have that skill set, then
do you need to have a skill to use a fork? Do you need to have a skill to use a fork?
Yeah, but but you're calling it a skill set because this is why though, because you don't do it. It's not natural for you. It's natural.
I know how to do it. I know how to do it, but I'd rather use a fork. The fork is better.
You would, but their culture no, because that's natural.
That's because tradition. Because it's tradition.
It doesn't matter what it is. It's easier for them to use a chopstick than a fork. They can do everything with a chopstick. It's easy. It's easy and simple.
Bro,
that's a different.
Using chopstick.
Listen, it's like if you like eating certain things with a spoon or a fork.
Yeah.
You might prefer eating a certain dish with a fork when you could use a spoon and vice versa. But isn't a spork better than all of them? Because it's a spoon and a fork?
The spork is number one. Spork, fork, chopsticks.
But how come everybody doesn't have a spork in their home? Why do we have spoons and forks there?
Because I'll tell you why. Because we haven't come up with a metal spork. That's why. Sporks are plastic. Have you seen a metal spork?
I bet you could Google a metal spork right now and find plenty of them.
No way.
Absolutely.
I don't believe it.
You know why?
I'm looking it up right now.
Because no matter how cool
what are we even doing? How do we get the sporks and chopsticks? What is happening?
I don't know.
This is not. We went from the NBA bubble of sporks. What is going on? I'm looking this up right now. Metal sporks.
You'll find them in wood. You'll find them in plastic. You'll find them in metal.
They do have metal sporks.
Of course they do, man.
No, but
you know why people don't use it? Because it's not stupid.
No, it's not. I'm actually going to order some right now on Amazon. I'm going to get metal sporks right now. I will. I'll do it. I'm going to call it right over. I'll order it right now.
No, you're not.
I think a spork is a great idea.
You will never use them. Ever.
Here's my point with all of this. Let's bring this back. I don't know what's going on right now. Let's come back to it. But it's okay sometimes to be a follower. And you look through tradition, most people who did something first had a prototype, but it had to be developed, and the people down the line made it better. That's my point. And with the NBA bubble, they did it first. They did an incredible job. I don't know if you could do it better, but it's okay to follow the model. Why do you feel like you need to be a leader and do something else? You didn't need to do that. So now, the NFL has already had more COVID test positives by far than the NBA. They haven't even started yet. The MLB is an absolute mess. The Marlins wiped out an entire half of the schedule just for their foolishness. Then you had a couple people go out and, they're not taking it serious because they're traveling, which is ridiculous. But the bubble is, was done so well, but also the comedy of the bubble is just, it writes itself. Lou Williams going to get lemon pepper wings at Magic City, and then they basically the NBA grounded him for 10 days. Go to your room. We want to see you for 10 days. You got people who are becoming stars in the bubble, like TJ Warren, averaging 45 points in the bubble, killing it in the bubble. Like LeBron looks terrible in the bubble. Looks like he looks like an old man in the bubble.
Yep. Dame Lillard dropped the EP in the bubble.
Dame Lillard dropped the bubble EP.
From the bubble.
Yeah, from the bubble.
From the bubble.
Yeah, I know. It's basically like there's people playing cornhole. They have a game room. It's basically a summer camp.
And it's funny, after you beat somebody on the court, you can walk outside and see him sitting at a table.
Bro, Donovan Mitchell dropped 57 yesterday in a playoff game. And Jamal Murray had 36. All of a sudden, after the games, they went to overtime, intense game. Jamal Murray takes a picture of Donovan Mitchell with his slides on his socks and sitting at the table chilling. Yeah. Like it's ridiculous.
It's great.
But it's amazing. It's made great. For like I was one of those people that wasn't sure if I could handle
no crowds.
Sports. Yeah, I wasn't sure, but like this has been entertaining. Like it was like I watched Sixers Raptors. They played the Raptors last game. I'm sorry, the game 4 last game. And the starters it wasn't going to affect the seating at all. So they pulled the starters. So it's just the bench playing. Mm-hmm. And they're getting into cheering sections, cheering on their benches, like yelling at each other. It was incredible. Like Kyle Lowry's yelling at Joel Embiid, waving his towel. Then Joel's coming back yelling at him. It's incredible.
And the level of basketball has actually gone up for these young stars and bench players. Like these guys are actually getting run, and the scoring is off the charts.
Yeah,
like scoring has gone. It's incredible. I mean, it's
like 88 basketball, like 145, 135.
And it's no defense as usual for basketball. It's just a run and shoot. It's spread the court out, sprint down the court, kick it out to a three-pointer shooter, let him shoot the shot, boom, and it's just fast paced, going high scoring.
They're going up and down the court.
Yeah,
up and down the court.
Yeah, there's no setup. They're just pushing the rock. So
one thing that's come out, which is again bubble conversation. So Stephen A. Smith went on national television and advocated for bubble consul visits.
Yeah.
This is my favorite part of the story. So he advocated for bubble consul visits. The NBA released a statement banning all Instagram models from the bubble. no IG models. Immediately, they said, don't get any ideas. There will be no IG models. But again, the NBA being NBA came up with this. So they're expanding their rules. Yeah. After the first round of the playoffs, they're going to allow 4 guests per player plus children. Each player is allowed 1 ticket per playoff game for a guest, plus an additional ticket for a child shorter than 32 inches. Look at the bubble.
That's cool.
Look at the bubble.
Listen,
I think it's great.
But this is what you got to do. You're going to adapt and learn. Now, just imagine what the NBA can do coming next season, which is coming quick. It's not going to be like a regular
probably
season.
Christmas Day.
Yeah, so it's not like a long layoff.
Yeah.
Like basketball will be back on again this year, starting a new season. You know,
I don't want to go back.
How they do their seasons. This might be the normal schedule for their seasons now, starting in Christmas. You know, a lot of people were pushing for that.
Talk about that. Yeah.
For years they've been pushing for that. But you know, you know what? It's number one is this. It's great to have sports back. It really is. Those months without sports, I mean, even Sports Center was like, man, you can't watch Sports Center. Ain't nothing, they can't show nothing because there's no sports going on.
It's a nice distraction.
It really is it's fun to see sports back. It's fun to see guys taking it serious. Like this is serious. Like this championship is a true championship. This
the bubble chip.
It's not a championship with an asterisk to it or no kind of marks next to it. This might be the toughest championship to ever win. On top of it, without fans, nobody to motivate you because fans motivate you to play better. You know what I mean? Or they can crush you even more when you get booed. Like this is really on you as a player, your talent level to see what you can do. And guys are showing off right now. Showing off.
I mean, it's been fun. I don't want to go back. I want the bubble forever. I love the bubble. The bubble has become like the one bright spot in 2020 has been the bubble.
And
like I love seeing like Luka Doncic playing cornhole with like Ben Simmons. I love seeing like Matisse Fable's little videos of like him traveling around the bubble and all things. I love it. And honestly, I think it's made a lot of these guys closer. Like I forget what player it was. One player was like sitting. He was like, "It's the weirdest thing. Like I'm eating my breakfast. I look up. LeBron James walks in the cafeteria. Like what is happening?
Right?
Like this is so strange."
But too, what's been so great about it, it's been like 6 games on every day.
Yeah,
to the playoffs, like,
March Madness style.
Yeah, because you can't go anywhere, so you can have a game literally every day. There's a game. You can have a team playing every other these playoffs. Every other day, your team's playing.
Right.
Like for this first week. This first week is going to be games 4 games a day, every day for a week.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, it'll get better than that. That is awesome.
I think the betting has been kind of wacky. Like bubble betting is tough. I was doing really well for the bubble. After the bubble, I'm nothing. I'm like I think I've won I've won a little bit, like a couple hundred here, a couple hundred there, but like I was killing it before the bubble. Yeah, you've
I've been doing good in the bubble.
But you figured out a different way to bet in the bubble.
You know, I think outside the box, man. I think outside the box.
You think outside the box. But me, the bubble betting has not been good for me. But hopefully I'll get on the side there. But one more thing I'm going to bring up with you. There are rumors swirling out there that J. Cole has put music on hold and he is trying out for the NBA.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, Jermaine Cole, NBA baller.
Have you ever seen him in a All-Star game, like NBA All-Star Weekend? Has he ever played in any of those All-Star games or anything?
No, I don't think, and I could be wrong on this. I haven't seen him personally play.
Yeah, I don't remember him playing ball in anything.
I know he's a basketball fanatic. I didn't know, I feel like when you're talented at one thing, you're really good at one thing, it makes you kind of believe you can do anything. And maybe I think he played in high school really well. He might have been a scholarship athlete. I think he is a really good basketball player. Now, listen, Master P did it.
Yeah, but the difference is this, and I think I disagree with you a little bit on your point with that is, as growing up as kids, we've always been talented at more than just one thing. Mm-hmm. You've been a good football player and basketball player, good baseball player, a good hockey player, a good whatever, and something else. And it's just, and you could have gone either way, but you chose football instead of playing basketball. But if you chose basketball, you would have been a basketball star instead of football. You know what I mean? So I think it's always in you to say, you know what? I've always played two sports. I've been good at two different things. Why can't I do it now later in life? Which is going to be a lot tougher, of course, but I think it just comes from that. It's like, yeah, I was a baller before this. Tony Gonzalez, I was a basketball player. I just went the football route, and football blew up for me. But if he wouldn't play basketball, he could have played basketball.
Yeah.
LeBron James was a football player.
Well, yeah. I mean, you're talking about athletes, though. Athletes, yeah. When you're really good, when you're an athlete and you're really good at one thing, yeah, you're good at another thing. He's a rapper, so I don't know how well, but according to this article right now, I'm reading right now, according to Hypebeast, he was offered a trial with the Detroit Pistons.
Yeah, like I say, you look at him as a rapper just because you don't know about his basketball career. So you think you're a rapper trying to play ball. It's like, nah, this guy could have been a pro ball player. He just chose rapping instead.
Yeah, this is courtesy of Master P that said J. Cole's considering trying to earn an NBA contract. And Detroit Pistons tweeted out, at J. Cole, we see you out here. You said they only got 12 slots on the Pistons. Hit us up for that tryout. This is all for the Dreamers. At Bleach Report, at #DreamPill. Now, listen. This is kind of annoying in a sense that could be a publicity stunt. Mm-hmm. Because Detroit, let's be honest, has been trashed for years. So, they could use a boost of publicity.
And Jay's doing the album, right? Remember, he took off all this time because he had 2 kids. Right. He hadn't been making music because he had 2 kids.
Right.
He was focusing on that instead of the music. So now, got to put some music out.
I mean, listen, if we can get J. Cole in the bubble, I'm in. I'll take all the bubble energy I can have. I love the bubble. I'm upset.
There's a lot of fear in coming back to school. I wasn't sure if I could do it. I'm a 40-year-old man that walked in there to get his high school diploma. It was very hard for me, but the teachers, the counselors, they help you. One of the teachers was Miss Araceli. Miss Araceli, she gave me direction. Every single time I had a question, she'll put down whatever she's doing and she'll come over and she'll sit there with you until you get it.
Thank you, Miss Araceli. I know you make a difference in people's lives because of the person and teacher you are. I wanted to be here because I wanted to thank you for helping me get a beautiful gift.
50% of getting your high school diploma is walking through those doors. The other 50% is doing the work. Getting your high school diploma, it is a life-changing experience. It really is.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.